Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show final hour. And we continue to visit with candidates running for office. In studio with me right now, we have Victor Flores, Republican candidate for Lubbock County Commissioner in Precinct 3. And Victor, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. It's really happy to be here and saying hi to all your listeners and everybody in the Lubbock community. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here on the program. Tell folks a little bit about yourself and why you decided to run for Lubbock County Commissioner in Precinct 3.
Well, I lived in Lubbock for 40 years now, since 1980. I was raised in Precinct 3. Went to Matthews Junior High, graduated from Lubbock High, class of 87. Once a Westerner, always a Westerner. My wife, she was born and raised here in Lubbock. She was raised in East Lubbock, off of Zenith and East Baylor, and we now been married 23 years. We have two wonderful children. One of them's about to graduate from LCU, and she'll proceed to Texas Tech at the School of Medicine. And my son, he's still in high school, and he keeps us running. We're business people. We have multiple businesses, and one of the reasons, the main reason, really, why my heart was tug to run in this race is the perception of the people in Precinct 3. We have to make a change. As far as budgets, taxes, I have studied all those things. Being in business, I see a lot of numbers. I can do math. And that's really X's and O's.
Right.
But really, that northeast corner of our county, the perception of the people, that's one of the things that it's really in my heart.
Well, talk about that a little bit more. What do you think the perception is, and what do you want to do to change that perception?
Well, I want to talk about opportunity. And opportunity defeats anything that might go against opportunity. One of the things that I read back in 2016 was an article from the AJ where the incumbent at the time, whom is going to run on his 8th election, by the way. So that's 32 years. And him and a couple of the other guys have held that position the last 7 years. 28 years, essentially, it's been control or the incumbent or the people sitting on that executive chair. For the last 28 years has been the same group of people. Mm-hmm. We have to change that. One of the things that I read, going back to that AJ article, was that he talked about inequality, the inequality that we have on that side of town. Well, in some of the things that he was fighting for. Well, that's not the way it works. There is no inequality. Opportunity is colorblind. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what color you are, how much money you make, what your zip code is. Opportunity will find you if you out to get it, if you're seeking it. And I just want to bring and inspire the people in Precinct 3 to just do great things. Invite bankers and invite developers and invite people. That's a beautiful corner of our county that, by the way, has the least amount of building permits, has more crime, and has more people living under the average income here in Lubbock, Texas. How do we change that? Well, it's got to be the perception of leadership.
Well, when you also look at Precinct 3, and this is what others have said for a while now about Precinct 3, those who have run for office and failed, those who have run for office and have won, but it still keeps coming up, is that Precinct 3 it's almost forgotten about. Do you hear that from residents that, that they're not paid attention to, or they don't seem like they're paid attention to as much as, some of the other precincts that are out there?
Well, that's a fact. I mean, you can take a look at it whenever the same group of people for the last 7 elections, 28 years, you take a look at that corner of our county and, it's forgotten. You take a look at the roads, you take a look at the infrastructure, you take a look at people wanting to invest. They're doing it everywhere else except in Precinct 3.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about not county development, not city development. We're talking about independent public development. The city is doing a good job with the downtown revitalization, which is part of the precinct. I'm excited about the expo that is going to be put in Precinct 3, and that's going to be a catalyst, and we hope to champion as a commissioner to bring more business. That'll be a big catalyst to get everything going in Precinct 3.
When it comes to the Expo Center, do you believe that, if not enough money is raised, that taxpayer money should go into that, or is that something that needs to be completely, as is planned right now, completely private?
Look, whenever you're in business, the plan today might change tomorrow. What we want to do, we want to take a look at it, and we want to create the revenue. And there's ways to create it. There's already ways that we can think of by just bringing more business, by just bringing more investment into the property, where we're going to be able to do that.
Talk about, you mentioned crime earlier. What more needs to be done about crime in Precinct 3?
Well, number one, we have the sub police station. What an awesome move by the city of Lubbock and by Chief Floyd Mitchell to be part of this, and he's really excited. I had an opportunity to visit with him, and that's just going to create peace of mind in that area. But in addition to that, I think we just need to continue to invest in our children at school. We can't control what's going on in their home. We can't control what's going on in the streets, but we can control what's going on in our schools.
But how can you do that on the county level?
It's all about making relationships. I don't care what platform you have. You try to make relationships at the city level, at the county level, at the state level. It's all about relationships. I don't care. You might have a lot of things in your marriage, but if your relationship is not working, your marriage is not working.
But are you saying that you want the county to get involved in education, or what do you mean by that?
I'm saying that we want to make relationships with everyone, whether it's the school board in Idalou or the school board in New Deal, the school board in Lubbock Independent Schools. Let's just all come together. Let's figure it out. Let's unify.
How do you think? Let's say you were on county commissioners right now. What votes or what issues would you have voted differently on or taken exception to from the person who currently holds the seat?
Well, that's a question that really I wouldn't have an answer for you right now, because I don't have all the details. So, but just taking a look at it, the expo, I think that's a great idea. The road bond, I've driven some of our county roads, and it just breaks my heart to see some of those memorials on the side of the road because the roads are so bad. My daughter, she's 20, but I remember when she got her driver's license for the first time, 16 years old, and driving through some of these roads, my heart just breaks. And I prayed whenever she left, and I was grateful whenever she came back. But, if we can save one person from having an accident, have we done our job?
When it comes to, the tax issue, what is your philosophy on taxes?
Well, I don't like taxes. I'm a business guy. I have plenty of real estate. I have, with the radio station and the automobile business, I pay a lot of taxes. So, to answer the question, I don't want to pay any more taxes than my neighbor does, and I think he feels the same way.
Well, you have some county commissioners who have gone on the record before and said, we're not going to vote to increase property taxes. Is that something that you would say?
Certainly, yes. Now, we will conduct it as a business, and if anything that you do, it's got to be for the welfare of the business. As a commissioner, anything that we do is going to be for the welfare of the county.
Tell folks how they can find out more about you and your campaign.
Well, you can go to my Facebook page at Vote Vic 2020. You can also find me on votevic2020 at gmail.com if you want to send me an email. You can also call me at 806-790-5298. You can also visit me at Tri-United Auto Center. You can visit me at Walk by Faith Radio you can come and see me really anytime. Just let me know.
All right. Victor Flores, candidate for Precinct 3 County Commissioner. Appreciate you stopping by today.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Chad Hasty Show, News Talk, KFYO.